Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 22nd of December, the Wednesday before the Christmas holiday. Everybody's all excited. They get a couple extra days off. Although Christmas did fall this year on a Saturday, but a lot of businesses get to take off. But some of our businesses don't. So first and foremost, to a lot of our community members out there and our businesses, thank you. Just thank you for being open. Thank you for servicing our guests that come to Pagosa year after year because they love it here, because they love us. And we're supposed to be getting snow. So, okay, everybody go out there and do a snow dance. Supposed to be getting snow in the next couple days. So let's hope for that. I know sometimes people cringe when I say that, but we live in Colorado and we live in winter and we live in 4 seasons, and winter is certainly a part of our environment. And so snow and therefore water is a huge part of our community. So we are grateful for it. We can't wait to get out there. I'm not sure many of us really want to get out there and shovel, but other than that, we like it pretty much. So most off, thank you for everybody for being out there and holding down the fort of so many places, our lodging establishments, our retail industry, our restaurant industry, and so many others, even service industry. You know, you guys get calls for water breaks and girls get calls for water breaks and whatnot. So all our industries out there, thank you so much for being part of our community and for keeping us up and running. I do want to mention that our chamber offices will be closed this coming Friday, the 24th, and we will also be closed on the 31st, but we will be back next week with live stream because we have so much to talk about. I would like to mention a few items before we bring on our guests today. And that is, we have a very exciting opportunity, and we'll be talking about it more in the next couple weeks. But I thought I would bring it out there to the community right now. You know, every year for a number of years, and including in 2022, the Chamber of Commerce has worked with our high school, and we produce what's called Career Day. And we probably have over 35 businesses that participate in this event. And we go to the high school and they do, I just can't tell you how much I love those counselors over there. They do all heavy lifting. They match the kids with industries and the kids get to pick what their interests and passion are and stuff. And then I get the businesses and we all descend on the high school and we talk about careers. And that's anything from post-secondary education careers to 2-year vocational careers to extra training to all sorts of things. There's a lot of things that people can do in this community, and we want our young adults to know that. So we are working on Career Day this year. In addition to that, we've also been asked to participate in the freshman classes interview day. Now that's pretty exciting. So one of the initiatives that the Chamber is working on is workforce development. And one of the things we hear from our business community is, you know, the kids are great. We just need some soft skills. They don't know how to interview. They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to talk to people because we think they're on their phones all the time, all that stuff. And so there is a class at the high school in the freshman class that is the freshman seminar, and that's to get them business ready. And so we are doing what's called an interview day. And so there's actually going to be a couple days where we will be working and actually interviewing freshman students. They're going to be creating resumes. Now, you know, when they're a freshman, they don't have a whole lot of history or a lot to pull on. So it actually makes writing that resume a little bit more difficult. So they're going to be drawing from that resume, and then they're going to be coming and doing interviews. So my request out to the community is for any business leader or owner or manager, if you are interested in participating in this interview day, we would love to have your help. You may also be looking at this live stream and saying, gosh, you know, I used to do that as a living, but now I'm retired. But boy, that sounds kind of fun. I'd like to participate. Please give me a call. 264-2360 is the chamber number, and I would be happy to talk to you about it. We're going to be looking at least 2 days, January 18th and 19th. So yes, it's right on our heels. And we'll be having some morning sessions and then one afternoon session right after lunch. You can participate in one session. You can participate for a full day. You can participate for the whole time. It's whatever works for your schedule. So we would love to have you join us. We'd love to have you work with our high school students. We're really proud to have this partnership that we've had with them for years. So if you'd like to be part of that great experience, please give us a call. And I'd love to talk to you more about interview day with our freshman class at the high school. The other thing that I would like to mention is that we have our community awards back this year. Now, the community awards does pay honor to basically the following categories: a citizen of the year, a volunteer of the year, a nonprofit, and a small business. The confusion sometimes has been the citizen and the volunteer of the year. The citizen of the year really needs to have made an impact and changed the way that we look at one of the four categories. It's either philanthropic, it could be in leadership, it could be cultural, and it could be the lifestyle, something that is physically changed here in Pagosa Springs. So those award nomination forms are available on the Chamber's website under Community and Chamber News. Those are due by January 17th. Now, we didn't do it last year because we really didn't have any gatherings, but what we did have was a hero video series. And we took 5 different categories in Pagosa Springs: education, the healthcare industry, our nonprofit industry, of course, our small businesses, and then our government agencies. And within each of those categories, we celebrated 3 different businesses just as representatives. If you never saw that series, I encourage you to do so. You can go to the Chamber's homepage. And if you click on the video series, it's still there. And you will go to our Facebook page, and you can just type in my Pagosa, and it'll bring you to the video series. It's really impactful. I think it's timeless. And I think we still should pay homage to those industries that are working so hard. And so take a look at the hero series, but also take a look around your community, those people that you work with, those people that you work for, or you know of their business, or our nonprofit agencies, and nominate them, because they do so much for our community. And on that note, I'm going to lead into our guest, because right before our show, we were talking and we said, wow, what we thought was 3 months is now going into almost 3 years. And we started this live stream show because we had so much information to hand out about COVID. And everybody was wondering, where do the grants come and what are the different rules and regulations? And we have a really close partnership with San Juan Basin Public Health. And so we have Chandler Griffin, who is their communications director. And like I said, what we thought was just going to be a real quick 2 or 3 months, we're still on live stream, almost going into 3 years. We still have a ton of information that we are giving out. We've been a huge source of information to our community, but one of the reasons we are is because of our partnership with San Juan Basin Health. So thank you, Chandler. We really appreciate you being on our show today. I think I've had just a bevy of participants from San Juan Basin Health. So welcome to the group. Chandler, San Juan Basin Health, you all aren't doing anything these days, are you?
Oh, we are very busy. We're monitoring the emergence of the Omicron variant and trying to get boosters and vaccines and testing out to the community as usual.
Sure.
Thank you so much for having me, Mary Jo. I hope that you are able to get a break for the holidays at some point, and that you enjoy the season.
I do. I will.
So something that we're talking about a lot right now is having a holiday checklist for having a safe and healthy holiday season. And that checklist is being fully vaccinated, getting your booster dose as soon as you're eligible. I went in just a couple weeks ago, and it was really easy. I think it took about 30 minutes, and I was in and out, and they were even showing a movie for the kids that were coming in to get vaccinated. So it was a Disney movie or something like that. So I wanted to start just with the basics for vaccine, to tell you about some of the upcoming clinics in Archuleta County. So there is a clinic tomorrow at the Pagosa Springs Community Center at Ross Aragon from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that clinic can administer doses for the kids, and then also first doses, seconds, and boosters for everyone who's eligible. So that's tomorrow. There are no clinics scheduled on the 24th and the 25th for the holiday. However, there are other providers in the community, like the pharmacies, who are open and can help someone get vaccine if they have the day off and they're kind of just taking advantage of that time off. There is also going to be a clinic on December 28th at the Pagosa office of San Juan Basin Public Health, and that will be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and again can administer any of those doses, kids, adults, boosters, what have you. There's another clinic at the Pagosa Springs Community Center on December 30th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then again at Pagosa Peak Open School on New Year's Eve from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. When it comes to testing, now this is the
Sorry.
Are you all right, Mary Jo?
I am. I am. I have a cold because we still have the common cold.
Yes, we do. Well, and I do want to mention as well. If you believe that you may have some type of respiratory illness or showing symptoms, if you have a negative COVID test, please do stay home. Just because you have a negative COVID test, it still means you could have something that's contagious. The flu is still going around, the common cold, and it is still best to stay at home. And that might sound like common sense, but we do like to remind people of that. So the second part of the holiday checklist, as I'm calling it, is testing. So if you've been gathering, or you might have been traveling, you've been exposed or showing any symptoms, we do have strong availability of COVID-19 testing in Pagosa Springs. And I will just inform you about a couple closures that are planned. So Christmas Day, December 25th, the community testing site will be closed. And then also January 1st, New Year's Day, the site will be closed. However, we do have expanded access on Christmas Eve at the Pagosa Springs community testing site. And you know where that is. That's behind PSMC in the parking lot. So on Christmas Eve, 9 a.m. to noon, the testing site will be open. And then the testing site will be open, during its other regular hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Please just take into account those closures on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. And then for those holidays, if you test the day before, it's still 24 to 72 hours turnaround time for a test result. But it may just take a little bit longer as staff take that holiday off. So just please take that into account. So those are two parts of the holiday checklist that we want to remind people of. And I think at this point, I do really want to extend a thank you to the Pagosa Chamber. Mary Jo has stepped away for a moment. I'm glad you're okay. I just I'm glad you're back for this, because I want to thank the chamber for just, how much support you all have given in helping us get the word out on so many different parts of this COVID-19 response. And we didn't know this would go on this long. I'm sure you didn't anticipate that, but here we are. We're still getting the word out, and this is really all just about helping keep our neighbors and our family and friends safe in what is a very challenging time for the community, and that San Juan Basin Public Health really cares about the community in Archuleta County and Pagosa Springs. I also want to give a shout out to everyone who's working over this holiday season. It's such an important time of year for our local businesses and for the local economy. I think anyone who's working over these holidays is an essential worker. We have our essential workers over at the hospital and in healthcare, but we also have essential workers who are plowing our roads, and they're staffing the stores that are helping tourists have a good experience in our community. And in order to protect these essential workers, which I think is a very broad category, we're really encouraging people to mask up this holiday season inside of businesses and public indoor spaces. And I think that's especially important with this Omicron variant that I'm sure you all have been reading about in the news. With it coming around the corner, for us to really double down on masking indoors, vaccine and boosters in testing is, I think, what will put us in the best position if we experience a surge in cases from the Omicron variant.
Chandler, have we seen cases of Omicron yet in Archuleta and La Plata counties?
Not confirmed yet, but there is indications that we will, in the next few days or the next week, have a confirmed case in Archuleta County and in La Plata County. It's been circulating with community spread on the East Coast. I think you've seen tremendous surges in cases in some of the East Coast states. And I think that, the state of Colorado, which does a really good job of doing the variant analysis of positive samples, is expecting to start announcing cases of Omicron across the state. When it comes to these highly transmissible variants, our community has, we have not avoided those variants. So when Delta came to the United States, there was a lag, but then it came to our community and created a huge surge in cases. And we anticipate the same with the Omicron variant. And so it's just a matter of time. Before
Chandler, thank you so much. And I want to apologize for your show, for coughing on your show.
Oh, no problem.
And your coverage. But yes, I do have the common cold. And so I haven't coughed all day except for now, right in the show. So there you go.
Well, I hope you're able to get some rest and some chicken noodle soup and
the cure-all for everything. Well, again, I can't tell you. Is there any one last thing that you just want to communicate to our community before we call it a show?
Well, yeah, I think that I do. I want to just talk a little bit about some of our non-COVID programs and services. It's easy. I think sometimes people don't see this, or, they may forget that we are extremely active in environmental health and in maternal and child health. And we've found a way to structure our organization where we are continuing to move forward with this non-COVID services and programs for the community. We just wrapped up a public health resource series at the library in Pagosa Springs. And, big thank you to everyone in the community who came out to that in person to learn about our programs. We did everything from Women's Wellness Connection to Safe Care, the Women, Infants, and Children WIC program, and then last week a radon awareness program in the library. And so we're going to continue to do these kind of outreach events, on these non-COVID programs. And we'll do the same for any developments on COVID as well. So I think just to wrap up, our website is an incredible resource for both COVID and non-COVID information. Our door is always open. We take a lot of phone calls from the community. Please do give us a call. Please stop by either one of our offices. And we have friendly staff who work really hard, who would be happy to help you out. So thank you so much, Mary Jo, for having me.
Well, thank you again. Thanks. Please send our regards, of course, to Leanne and all the staff for your bi-monthly updates and everything else that goes on. And we really appreciate it. And folks, do know that San Juan Basin Public Health is a great resource, especially, again, if you want some additional signage in your business, if you want some support, they are there to help you. And my apologies again to the public. Who would have thought I would have had a coughing fit? So thank you all so much. We really appreciate it. And again, know that San Juan Basin Public Health is out there for you for information and for resources, as well as the information that they have. Also, we have on our website, pagosachamber.com, under our COVID section. So thank you all so much. As Chandler mentioned, thanks to everybody. And here's one more big thank you. Thank you to the tourism department and the Pagosa Springs Sun for the old-fashioned Christmas last weekend. I want to give a big shout out to the staff at the visitor center for all the work that they did putting this on. Jenny, Janine, everybody that just worked so hard. It was just wonderful. It was a great event. People are looking to make it, a tradition. And, we take events for granted. We don't realize how much work goes into it. But just to hear people saying, I was walking along the Riverwalk and I ran into people that I hadn't seen for over a year. And they just got to stay and talk. It was great. So thank you to them for putting on that fabulous event. And what a great community event it was. So thanks, everybody. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We hope we get some snow. And thank you for being patient with me today in my little coughing fit. So thanks, everybody. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And we hope you enjoy it with family, friends, and thanks to all our visitors for joining us as well. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.